2016 was another solid year for video games, so these are my top 10 games of 2016.
The Macho Mandalorian is here! Oh, yeah!
So this list will contain games from last year as well as 2 years and even 3 years ago, because I'm not up to date like all of the big reviewers or anyone else out there. I like to revisit games a lot too, so this is just my personal take. If you have your own personal top 10 list, let me know yours in the comment section down below. Let me start with the honorable mentions before I start with the top 10. Transformers Devastation. Wow, what a game. This was made for Transformers, old school Transformers fans, as well as having the original actors from the 80s TV series. This was just a fun game made by the creators of Bayonetta. You play as Optimus Prime or Bumblebee or even Dinobot or a couple of others, face off against the Decepticons. It's a really fun game. Really enjoyed the hell out of this game. It takes like 5 to 6 hours to beat, but it's so freaking worth it. In the end, it does get pretty hard, but it's a really enjoyable game. Dishonored 2. I was looking forward to this game a lot, but it wasn't optimized when it first came out, so I had to wait like 2 to 3 weeks before it was perfectly optimized for me to play. So in that meantime, I just moved on to other games and just forgot about it. But when I played it, like the first hour or two, really enjoyed the hell out of it. But I'll most likely play it 2017 and most likely include it in 2017's list. So let's start with the top 10. Number 10, Oddworld New and Tasty. A remake, a huge remake over the original Oddworld game, the first Oddworld game. And whoa, this is a phenomenal remake. It revamps everything, this whole game. It's revamped. It's pretty much a whole new game experience. And I'm a huge Oddworld fan. I actually loved Oddworld back when Munch's Odyssey came out. I hope there's a remaster version of that. That would be freaking amazing. But New and Tasty got me into Oddworld, the original Oddworld games. And the first one, New and Tasty, just a remake of the first one, was fantastic. This is how you do remakes. I mean, this is just must have taken forever to do. They pretty much created a new game, but they tried to draw a semblance from the first game into this, and they did a phenomenal job with it. This is how you do remakes, people. Not just adding a new coat of paint and then pretend that it's all good and dandy. They added some new features, new gameplay mechanics. Everything was revamped from the ground up, and it's phenomenal. One of the best remakes I've ever played. Number 9, Samurai Warriors 4-2. I'm a huge Samurai Warriors and Dynasty Warriors fan, so playing it on the PC once again, this is just an up-end version of when Dynasty Warriors 8 came out, 8 Empires. Better optimized this time. It runs at a smooth 60 frames per second, and I think it's 1080p this time around. It looks like 1080p this time around, and it just runs like a thing of beauty, and it plays so well, and it adds another Samurai Warriors game to the PC this time around. I love these Warriors games with a passion, and even though there's not like a timeline to these campaigns, I enjoyed the hell out of it when I played it. It added some new characters into the Samurai Warriors franchise. I had so much fun with this game. I loved it. Number 8, Banner Saga 2. Banner Saga 2 is the sequel to Banner Saga 1. I really enjoyed that last year. And Banner Saga 2 is just the sequel to that and is a tactical role-playing video game set in a almost Norse mythology era where there's giants, humans, as well as other supernatural elements that play into the game. And you play as this girl named Alette to help this caravan get to their destination, as well as controlling another caravan as well. But you control how you want the caravan to be. But every choice in this game matters. So if you want to fight this enemy or retreat, it's totally up to you. The choice is up to you on how you decide on how to get to your destination. If you don't have enough food, and if your caravan isn't happy, you're not getting very far. It's important to get rest in this game and to survive to the location. I think I got through 58, 60 days into this game, according to the game time, of course. But it's a really great game. I mean, every choice really matters. If you make a wrong choice, it's gonna bite you in the ass later on in the game. And there's all these interesting characters that play a role into this game as well. So many interesting characters, and it just makes everything that was great about Banner Saga 1 and takes it up a notch, a huge up a notch. and improves upon so many mechanics, even the combat mechanics, which is a tactical, like a board mechanic where you place a group of members that you have and then have them attacking or supporting your forces. And the story is phenomenal. I love the story, the Norse mythology, the music, phenomenal in this game. And they just improve upon everything. I just love this game with a passion, and I cannot wait to see what they do with Banner Saga 3. Even though the ending to Banner Saga 2 was just kind of confusing and then just a huge cliffhanger, I hope Banner Saga 3 ends up being a great masterpiece and solves a lot of the great emotional and just melodramatic tones with the second game, and it actually makes it more uplifting towards the end, hopefully. Number 7. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Fallout 4 Mods. Oh, hey, hold up. Wrong show, buddy. I had to include Fallout 4 on my list, guys. I love me some Fallout 4. Beginning of the year, I started putting more mods into the game, and including so many mods into Fallout 4's experience. It improved it dramatically, and it makes the vanilla game look like a piece of shit, honestly. Plus having 2 big DLCs, Far Harbor, as well as the Raider DLC, but the big thing about the Raider DLC for me, I couldn't finish it. It crashed every single time when I tried to complete this one mission, so I can't even complete it. So fuck you, Bethesda, for not doing that shit. Maybe the mods, but, you know, still, fuck you, Bethesda. First time saying fuck you, Bethesda. That's kind of weird to me. But adding mods to this game was incredible. It just makes everything better. The mods for Bethesda's games are what attracts me the most. Mods for jetpacks, armor, new mission types. There was just so many of these freaking mods. Just an endless amount of mods to keep you playing for hours and hours and hours upon end. Number 6. Far Cry 4. I know it's kind of weird to put this game on the list. It's like a 3-year-old game, but that's when I played it earlier this year and had a ton of fun. I know Far Cry Primal came out earlier this year, but I wasn't really interested. I thought it was a boring concept. It seemed cool on paper, but the execution seemed like it wouldn't work for Far Cry from what I'm seeing. But I'll probably play it eventually, probably later in 2017, but I played Far Cry 4 in the meantime. And I had a ton of fun. Just taking everything that was great about Far Cry 3, setting it in the Himalayas, in this big open world game. I ride elephants, you hunt, you gather, and you create new weapons, and just a lot of fun. A lot of fun overall. It just pretty much Far Cry 3 2.0. Story wasn't as good as I thought it would be, but it was still a lot of fun. Number 5. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Skyrim Mods. Oh, Django, you already did this joke before. Stop. Whoops, I must have forgotten. But Skyrim Remastered. Kind of weird to put another remastered game, but way games are turning out now, there's a lot more remasters than ever before. But they're making me revisit the game once again, and that's not really a bad thing for me. I haven't played Skyrim in years, and getting back to Skyrim once again with mods, with the remastered version, which isn't a huge upgrade, but it's still pretty good on the PC. I had a lot of fun with this game. I still had a lot of fun playing all of these mods for the remastered version. Just getting back to Skyrim is good enough for me, you know? Even though there's not huge amount of mods right now, there's pretty much a ton to keep you busy, that's for sure. It's still my favorite Elder Scrolls and Bethesda game by far. Number 4. Bioshock 1 Remastered. I know they remastered 2 and didn't really remaster the 3rd one, but I played Bioshock 1 Remastered and I didn't really appreciate Bioshock 1 when it came out. I thought it was really overrated. But playing it now, I had a hell of a time. I love this game so much now. I didn't see what the hype was, didn't really see behind the story and everything else, but now I'm seeing it, played it again, and truly see what the amazing deep story was, and I truly regretted what I said, before. Plus they made a huge graphics overall. They added like a new mode, like trophy mode or something, where you can see all of the armor and stuff like that, which is really cool. This is a masterfully done remastered version, and I truly see what everyone was saying about Bioshock 1. I love this game now. Number 3. Rise of the Tomb Raider. Did everyone in the PC community forget about this game? Because I didn't. I loved the shit out of this game. Tomb Raider, when it came out on 2012, was an incredible game. It was definitely my game of the year. Rise of the Tomb Raider came out, even though it was a delayed release on the PC and PS4, I played it and had so much fun. New graphical upgrade, new crafting mechanic, great gameplay as always, a better story this time around, and really developing the character of Lara Croft even more. This game is just, how can you avoid it? I mean, it's fantastic, even though for PC players like myself, we don't have Uncharted. So instead we have the next best thing and have Tomb Raider. Makes Lara Croft even more of a badass, has these great locations, and runs smoothly on the PC. It's phenomenal. One of the best games ever for 2016. And I'm definitely looking forward to the third game in the series. Number 2, Overwatch. I've never been that type of person to go out and buy all of these big hyped multiplayer games like Titanfall 2 and Call of Duty or Battlefield 1. None of those games. I never saw anything with those games. I'm a single player guy and have been and always will be. When they do have single player, don't get me wrong, and I heard they're good, Overwatch got me into the multiplayer and made it easier for anybody to get into and have lots of fun. The ease of getting into this type of multiplayer shooter is what attracted me to this game, and it worked wonders. It's so much fun. Even though I don't play against other people, I play actually against the AI, I still have lots of fun playing this game, leveling up, getting new costumes, new voice lines, new stuff for my characters. All the characters are so unique. It's made for anybody who wants to get into FPS shooters, plus having seasonal events like Halloween and Christmas and get you back into the game, and even buying the microtransactions. I've never supported microtransactions at all. What Blizzard has done with Overwatch is not a good move. They said they wouldn't do it and then they did it the next day. Not cool. But it's cosmetic and I did buy into it, and for each season I wanted all of these new costumes, so I did spend a couple of dollars on the microtransactions to get those badass costumes. Sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't. But all of these characters are so unique. I want to know so much about them, but there's no single player aspect, which is a huge bummer if you're looking for that, and I'm a single player guy. But I still love it nonetheless. I still enjoyed the shit out of this game, and I highly, highly recommend you get into Overwatch. Number 1. Coming in at number 1 is The Witcher 3. I know this game came out 2 years ago, never got the chance to play it, now got the chance to play it in late 2016, and boy, what one of the most epic games I have ever played. Finally finishing the adventures of Geralt, as well as the other characters that surround him, the quest systems, the main quest, the side quests, everything about this game is interesting, and the dialogue is really great, top-notch, grade A+ material. Now I didn't get a chance to play the DLC, I just played the main game, but I still had lots of fun. I easily spent 100+ hours into the game, and I can't wait to spend more time into the DLC, that's for sure. But this game is just perfection to me. And for me personally, I think it's the greatest RPG I have ever played. I think it's the greatest one ever. Don't get me wrong, I think Knights of the Old Republic is still my favorite game of all time, and I think it's the greatest. But The Witcher 3 is, in my opinion, the greatest RPG of all time. The combat system could have been better, but I enjoyed the hell out of this game. The story was amazing, finally finishing the epic adventures of Geralt of Rivia as well as the other companions, and going to these amazing locations and fighting monsters and humans alike, and changing the dynamic of the world that you are in the Witcher world. I am just speechless on how they did this game. It's just phenomenal. It's one of the greatest games I've ever played. I do not regret a minute that I've spent. I feel like I've actually stolen from CD Projekt Red, because I got this game when it was on sale at Steam for like 30 bucks, and now I feel like I want to give $30 more to CD Projekt Red. I really do, because I feel like I've just literally stolen from them. And CD Projekt Red, I do apologize. I'm going to give you your money, don't you worry, because I feel like I need to give every single penny that you deserve. I'll give you double the amount. I'll give you 120, because it's phenomenal. It's the greatest game, one of the greatest games I've ever played, and I regret not giving you the full amount for this game when it first came out. I cannot wait to play all of the amazing DLC, the 2 big DLC packs. I'll probably play it, later this year, and I'll most likely include it in my top 10 list for this year as well. So Witcher 3 is the #1 for me personally. Let me know your guys' top 10 games of 2016 are in the comment section below, or you can post your video and I'll be sure to approve that post in the comment section below. Don't forget to please press that like button, comment down below, support me on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, wherever. Links will be down below in the description. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel Django Fett, and I'll see you guys on the next top 10 list, which will probably be next year. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.